butterflies. Oh, yes, of course.
Hi my synonym buns. Basically, I'm going to be doing a thumbnail tutorial. As you can see right now, I am putting in my background, which is what I always do. Then since I put two pictures, I normally blend the middle and the sides. And as you can see, I'm now putting in my characters. And I put every single thing on a different layer, including all the characters, so that when I edit them, I can just do it all in one go. As you'll figure out later on, I kind of forgot to change or like make them all tilt a little bit, so that always helps in the end as well. And if you want to know how to do it, I know this is kind of quick, but I'm just showing you the process, kind of a quick overview, because I'm not good at tutorials. And now what I start doing is making the characters as big as I want them to be, and I try and make them the same size as well, so they do look consistent. Also, a tip is to get all your props. Basically what I do is I get the lasso and I circle it, and then I find it. Also, ignore the pumpkin that I saved. It was meant to be for the thumbnail as well, but I didn't add it. So yeah, always get props so you can just put them in the corner to just fill it up. It makes it look really cute, it makes it look really cozy. And the microphone, you'll see what I'm going to use it for later. Always add things that will be in the video so it kind of like relates, so the viewer can see what they're going to watch. As you can see, I'm currently drawing a hand on top. If you add any object, make sure you draw a hand on top. Even though it may look like it does nothing, it really does add lots of detail. And this is the hair. Well, for me, it's the important part. So basically, I go 2 colors lower than the actual hair color, then I outline it, and that's what I do for everyone. For everyone, I do it on a different layer though, so make sure you remember, for every different person, it's always on a different layer. Then after that, I will go 1 color higher than the actual hair color. Then I'll add it as a highlight for the majority of the hair, which is what you can see me doing right now. Kind of looks kind of crazy now that I think about it. Then I'll go a lot higher, doesn't really matter how much, but I'll use it to be like a little bit of highlights. That's just how I do it. I did kind of get some of this from Purely Leah's tutorial, and then I also add not white, but a similar color like a creamish white as highlights. I feel like I need to fix that because I don't really like it when I do it. But yeah, I'm gonna skip everyone else, or I'm just gonna do it speed up because I've already explained it. I do the same for everyone else. 2 colors lower for the shadow, then 1 color higher for the highlight, then the other highlight I'll put like lots of colors higher. I did put something on the screen for you guys to look at just in case you were still confused, but now what I do is I get the 2 shades darker color and then I use it as messy bits in the hair. I got this from either TBLW Re or TBLW Isa, I don't know which one, but make sure when you do those you do it on different layers. I did forget, so I had to fix it later, so if you do it right now it's easier. And I knew I did it wrong as well, but I was too lazy to change it. So I'll put not too much, as it will look kind of messy, but just enough to make it look really cute. I did try hot, but it kind of looked really bad. And then I add earrings, any shaped earrings you want. I did change the color later on to white because I didn't really like it, but yeah. Also, another weird thing that I do is I draw 3 lines on top of the head with the same color that for the 2 shades darker, but a little bit darker than that to make it really pop. I don't know why I do it. And for the eyes, I just draw eyelashes on it. I do sometimes erase the end bit, but yeah, I did get that from TBLW Re. I'm just gonna call her Re from now on because the TBLW, it's just way too complicated. For the blush, I'll use the blush that I already used, and I'll just make a blob of it, like a thick blob above it, and then I'll go to filters, then I will go to Gaussian blur and blur it all out. Then I'll also get any airbrush, then I'll also do that on top of it as well. And now I'm just retouching my eyelashes because I don't want the blush to go on top of the eyes because I just think it looks really weird. I don't really have a specific way to do eyelashes. I just draw them on, just like as how you guys see it right now. I would also recommend, if you're gonna do glasses, leave the glasses for last, as in take a picture of the glasses separately, because it makes life really hard. As you can see right now, I'm just putting white bits on my character. As you can see, I got that from Oni, and then I draw swirls. I think that's from Toca Amara. I'm not sure because I saw her do it first, I think. So someone commented down below if I am wrong. I saw her do it on Discord, so it may not be on YouTube, I don't know. So as you can see, I'm moving the layers down to their correspective person. For example, Lorelai, I put Lorelai's hair layer above her. For Ariella, I put Ariella's hair layer above her, as well as for Ciela. That's what I do for everyone, because I forgot that I wanted to move the faces a little bit. So as you can see, what I'm about to do is I cut off the neck. That sounds kind of gruesome, but I just twist it a little bit so it looks like the head is slanted. And then what I'll do is I'll just fill in any gaps that I made manually. And since everything is on the same layer, I guess it makes everything easier. But only combine all the layers once you know you're done. Once you know you're for sure. Because I always forget steps, and I'm so thankful that in this video I didn't actually forget that many important steps, only personal style choices. And what I did was I made sure that my character fit the microphone, just in case, because I did adjust it. And then I did the same for Ariella. Make sure you don't get too much of the clothing, as it might be harder to fix, and make sure it looks kind of normal. I would prefer or recommend for you to do it beforehand, but as I said earlier, I forgot. And now I can continue to adjust these characters normally without having to worry about layers, since I've already fixed it before. That's why layers are so important. And now I can put the background back on. And ignore me right now, I just tried to change the color of it, because it wasn't really suiting the theme or vibe I was going for. But then I decided to go for this, as that blue was a little bit too light. And I tried to do that for Ciela's dress, and let's just say I failed. And you don't have to change everything, only if it looks ugly to you. To me it looked fine, but I just wanted to change it to be funny or something. Also, the reason why I love adding props as well, because it gives emotion to the character. You just saw how I did it, and I hate doing this step because the elbows always look so rough at the end. I don't know why, it just looks really bad. And I'm just readjusting my props. Now we are nearing the end of this tutorial. I know I'm kind of bad at these, sorry. But yeah, now I'm adding doodles. I got these doodle ideas from Oni. Yeah, I watched the tutorial and it was really good. It's basically trial and error. Always try things out. It may not look good. Maybe you can find a way to make it look good, or just erase it completely. I tried to do that thing that she does because it looks really cute, but I couldn't do it right. So I decided to do it in my own way, kinda like clouds, because I love clouds. And the lines around the character, like I'm tracing, I mean. And swirls. The swirls are from Ribbon, and yeah, as you can see, I kept adding more. Sometimes it looks a little bit too much, so I just erase it, and then I add more and more swirls. As you can see right now, sorry that the thing has changed. I went into filter, then I pressed stroke outer, then basically it gives it like a sticker kind of look. So I erased any of the extra lines that are there that I didn't want, probably when I was messily rubbing out the background. Or you can use background remover. I didn't show it in this video, so sorry about that, but I always use the setting for 10 for the stroke outer layer. And yeah, and now what I'm going to do is I just rubbed anything that could disturb my drawing. And then now I go to drop shadow 100%, and I press the wrong one. Drop shadow, then I'll do 100%, then I'll do it twice for every single character to make it really, really look like a sticker, as it also adds lots and lots of depth. All you have to do is save it, and then you go onto Fonto, then you just type it down. I'll put the font on the screen as we speak right now that I'm going to use, and let me just play around with it to see what I prefer the most. As I said before, it's always about trial and error. There's always things you want to try out. You want to make sure it looks good. I always add a stroke. That's always why. Then I always play around with the colors that I use for the font. As you can see me doing that right now. And then what I do is I press gradient, then I curve it a little bit. And then that's basically how I do all the main text. But then I type words like aesthetic, and since this is a collab, I'll type collab as well. Then I'll fit it somewhere, but make it look kind of tiny so it kind of fits kind of smoothly. And this isn't my best thumbnail, but it's actually not that bad. So I guess I'm kind of happy. And then I'll put the word collab as we speak right now. And I forgot to add a shadow, but I would recommend putting a shadow. And if it's just white you're going to use as the main font, always add even a thin black outline so it doesn't blend in. And voiced as well, that I've recently started adding, so everyone knows it's voiced, as lots of videos actually aren't voiced. I was surprised when I found out, but it's actually really common. And what I did was I got the cinnamon roll that I normally use. Basically, that cinnamon roll says number 1, 2, or how deep I am into the series. That's number 2 into the series. Really exciting. And you guys will get the next episode very, very soon. I just put a 1 on top, even though it's meant to be a 2. Kind of dumb, so I changed it after. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it looks now. And now we're about to go into the long process. Wink. So the first thing I do is I press image restoration, which is the first one. Then it'll take kind of long, so I'll put it through once, I'll put it through twice if it isn't good enough. I'll show the results right now. Then, as I said before, I'll do it once again to make it look even more detailed. So then what I do is I go into color tone, then I'll press seashells, and I wasn't sure whether I like it or not. I'm never ever sure, so I'll test out the intensity, and then I have my finishing product. So thank you so much, my cinnamon buns, for watching this video. I'm hoping I'll see you all in the next one. All the credits will be in the description. I did forget to add freckles, and the finishing thumbnail might be different from this one, as I always have last minute changes, for example the freckles. Anyway, hope I'll see you soon. Bye!